Welcome, welcome to the ego. And the beautiful story that I always remember it and reminds me. 43 years ago, I had cancer terminal case. And the surgeon told me, Mariam, surgery is on Monday or you will die within a week. And this is what we did with my mother, the same doctor. I took her there, she was 47. And here I am, 32, 33 years old. What is this God that is doing this with me? And my father said, you are like your mom, you have to do it. I said, no way. There is something else. And I said, Ya Allah, if you are really, something that you exist, show me. Like when you are on the razor's edge, there is death or birth. And I went for dinner that night. And I saw a monk, a Christian monk, eating different. I said, why you are eating like this? And he invited me. I was on radio, media. Are you sick? I said, yes, terminal case. Okay, tomorrow, where's your home? He came here. He took me to a German doctor. And she said, this is what it's like, change your food. I said, just give me a book. And he was driving me home. I opened the book. The first chapter. 95% of all the diseases comes from the arrogance. Then what is arrogance? It's the ego. What is the ego? Istikbar. Oh, here I am and this and that. I started asking the priest, Father, what's this? He said, don't read the book. Read only about the food, because the book, they tell you Christ is not God. I said, for 2000 you are lying. I read something here that Christ is not Christian. It's a consciousness in each one of us. He just shut up. And I read the book, Zen Macrobiotic. 3 days later, I touched my breast. No more lump. I went to the doctor. He said, Madam, before we die, it's like the candle. Before the candle dies, it brights and then it dies. Oh my God, he's a doctor, he's wearing white, he has this, degrees on the wall. He knows much more than my breast. I went back to this rich, whatever, Greek, whatever, that girl, Gitte. I will tell you about Gitte. She said, don't you believe yourself? Why do you have to believe the other? Believe your breast. He doesn't have a breast. And since then, I haven't seen any pills, any doctors, any hospitals, all this big bullshit to please the FDA people. So more and more sickness, more and more on the Arabs, conspiracy. So I started watching my mind. I started eating what the universal consciousness is telling us. Why do I have to eat meat every day? I don't eat meat. I don't eat any, dairy food. Once or twice a month. If. I know it's the best amongst the worst. And I choose the best that I want. And that's the food that turns the body into bones and blood and body. And also the mind. When Christ is telling you, eat, this is my body and this is my wine. The wine, which means the purified, the sacred water. And from the sacred water kingdom comes the kingdom of earth. And the kingdom of earth has vegetables and then the kingdom of animals. And we are the best animal that the goddess lives in the core of the heart. Great, but once when you know this, the ego goes smaller and smaller and smaller, and the ego is the devil, and the devil also is searching for Allah. So I love the devil. He's a divine entity created by God. There is no good and bad. There is no something that hurts you or harms you or heals you. It's all the balance. Be a knower. I don't believe in any believing. I believe in knowing. عرف لمن عرف ومن عرف غرف واعترف. That he doesn't know. So Arafah, when we go to Mecca or this, it's all symbols. It's all logic. It is a sect and a structure. I don't want Sharia. I don't want law. I want love. So I don't go anywhere, any place. I find the godliness in every place. So I go in. I trust what I eat, what I drink, what I live, what I experience. I don't believe the laboratory. It's not in the lab. It's not in the lab part here that... No. Don't go to this called laptop or computer or whatever. Imam Ali, when Omar came and he said, we are losing, in Iran. He said, talk with them. He said, how can I talk with them? They are right there. He said, okay, talk. And he had the natural Skype, Ali. So he spoke with them, Yasariyatul Jabal. And now this is what Edgar Casey did, and what every one of us, we can do it in the intuition, in the thought. You can see the other. If you are in the presence, the projection, you see Christ, you see Buddha, you see Muhammad. Even though Muhammad has no picture, but because has no picture, the projection is truth. He comes to you if you are ready. When you are ready, the Master is ready. You see Muhammad, you see Ali, you see Fatima. They are alive. أحياء عند ربهم يرزقون. But we are not there. We are only here to do work, to take money. That's all. We are not interested in what I am saying. You are not see what I am saying. You are all, the mind goes in the ego. When I am going to finish, when I am going to go home, because when I go home now, I see this, I go that, I make money, I take the money here, I go to my friend, we have sex tonight, we can drink beer. When I am with the other people, they are my mirror. 99.99%, they don't know what I am talking, but I'm doing it to myself. So we meet at home. I don't believe, I don't trust any other center all over the Arabs. I trust few chosen people. 1, 2 in Syria, 4, 5 in Lebanon, because we are here, and 1 in Jordan, 3 in Saudi Arabia, like this, 1 in Kuwait. The chosen few. 1 seed turns the whole earth green. In all the Emirat al-Khalij, 2 people. So only a seed is need. Why not you and me? If not you and me, who else? If not now, when? So the ego, the mind, is the barrier. It's the wall. It stops us. So if you want to be who you are, right now, there is no other time. Right now you know that the ego is your master, the shaitan, the devil. When you see evil, you turn it to live, L-I-V-E. So the book is my companion, Khair Jalis. And I have a friend wherever I go. He comes here, he stays with me. I go to Jordan, I stay with Kilani. I go to Syria, I stay with Zainab. So it's our home. Nobody is a guest but the host. Because we are not here to eat or to drink or to share whatever. We are here to live together. Nobody has the idea who is going to snatch Mariam or to snatch this or to steal or to take. I'm, fed up with all this. Enough is enough. I want to be with the chosen few. And if it's not you and me, I will be myself. At the top of the mountain, you are kalqabid al-jamr, all alone. And I have to teach myself to be with good people, accept them as they are. But when you are with the people who are really into what I'm talking or what I am sharing, they are hypnotized, just like me. Nobody in the Arab world, you see them, like the few of us, who flow without any map, without any paper. Because what I'm sharing, it's not from the books, it's from the inner treasure, inner river. So if I am now talking with somebody that they are not listening, I cannot talk, I stop. But I cannot ask anybody to be me. I can ask someone to come and, help me in doing the web, who is honest, who doesn't steal, who doesn't snatch, who doesn't do this. At least honest, He doesn't know what I'm doing, it's okay, that's his step. So that's the ego. The ego can stop you from glowing and growing. And we are allowing the ego to do this. It's like you are holding the tree, I tell you, or you are holding the book. If you tell me, Mariam, come to me, I can't come because the book. But you are holding, let go. Let go of the ego. Let go and let God. It's so beautiful. Let go and let God. So we are here to be together in harmony with each other. When I'm talking, Muhammad behind the camera is listening. It's not a machine. I'm not talking to two machines. I'm talking to a human being behind the camera. He is listening, and one day he becomes more and more listening and more, and then he becomes me and I become him, becomes me, we. We are not here to be with a machine. We use it. But I see you all through this camera. I see you all through the book. Because it's a living look. I see you all through the bird, through a butterfly. All the kids, they love everything when you leave them in the garden. They play with the pebbles. They go to the beach. They play with the sand. They live and they build homes with sands. And then when the sands goes up and the house, they cry a little bit, and then they smile again and they start building another one. So it's the ego that tells us all the time, go do this, go do that, go do this. Do you remember this story? And we remember it together. A man was sitting on the beach, and the rich man comes with a big, a man that he has money and power and all this, the power of money. What are you doing here? He said, I'm a fisherman. How much do you fish? 3 fishes. One for me, one for my family, and one I do a donation, a sadaqah. Why don't you work much more? What for? He said, you make more fish and more money, and then you buy a boat, and then you buy a big ship, and then you make more money, and then you build a big tower, and then what after this? And then when you have a big tower also, you can live peacefully from the rent. He said, I am living peacefully without doing all this round. But because rich people are not happy. You envy them because we are jealous. We envy the other people. You know the man who said to this wizard, and the wizard said, okay, I have a wand, what do you want? He said, I want to be very rich in this village. I want to have a big palace, I want to have this and this and this, all this. Okay, I give you. But I give all the others double than you. Oh, no, I don't want this. And the ego said, tell him yes, I know what to tell you. Okay, he gave him a big house. His house is smaller than the other. A beautiful woman, the other women are more beautiful. A big car, the other are more beautiful. Okay. Now the ego said, I know. Tell him, now I want to take off my eyes. He said, how can I tell you to take off my eyes? He said, just say it, I know. And he said to the wizard, take off my eyes. And he took the eyes of the others. So all they became blind with all this money, all this richness, and he with one eye having all what you have. Is this the life that you want to live? So it's up to you to listen to the ego or to your inner treasure.